Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome to the Dyslexic Reader. Today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for the NEWTs, which is the magical readathon installment for August, and I'm super excited about this. This is quite a complex readathon in how the challenges are made up, so if you don't know anything about it and you're interested in knowing more, I'll leave the link to G's video down below and she explains how it works out. But it's the NEWTs from Harry Potter, and you've got your different subjects and the prompts are like graded, and you can pick a career to work towards, and then you have to get certain grades in certain subjects to progress throughout the year to your like goal career. I was going to go with Metal Charmer. You need to read 12 books for this, but I'm going to be pretty busy this month, and the latter half of the month I'm going to be doing a lot of travelling, so I changed it to Cursebreaker, which is only 9 books, which is still a lot to read in a month, especially because some of them are very long, just to fit the prompts they have to be and things. But there is quite a lot of overlap, so if I read the 9 really quickly and want to like move to the 12, I would only have to like add like another 4 because there's only like one of the prompts that doesn't like overlap or something. So they were like 2 careers I was interested in, wanted to read the books, but also if I want to go back to Metal Charmer, it'll not be too big of a change once I see how the month is panning out. But I'm just going to stick with Cursebreaker at the minute because that is probably the most likely outcome. So let's get on with the subjects, and then I'm going to go by grade for all the books I need. So I've got my little sheet written out here with all my things on. This TBR is going up so late because it took me so long to come up with. I really like changed my mind a lot of times, and then I was trying to pick books that I own because I want to try and get through some of the books that I own that I haven't read rather than going to the library. And also for travelling, you know, I can take my own books with me, whereas library books are harder to do that. But then a lot of the books that I have are like longer, more deep in their content. I don't know how to word it. I buy big books. I know this is going to take me a long time to read because I feel like you get more value for money. For smaller, shorter graphic novels, kids books and stuff, I tend to get them from the library because they're the same price and I get through them in a fraction of the time. So I don't have a lot of like short, easy books on my shelves. So I went and got a couple and I'm going to try and read them first. And I'm blabbering. We're almost 3 minutes into this and I haven't even started showing you the books yet. So for Aerith Munshi, I need to get an O in this, so I need to read 3 books in this subject. To get an A, you need to read a book with an even number of pages. And for that, I picked Asha and the Spirit Bird. I actually was going to read this for my book with the beautiful cover, but I ended up changing it. The sun is being so glary, but you can see all the beautiful animals and how the foil is on the letterings there. It was actually my friend picked this up. I went to the library with her yesterday and I was like, I need a book with a gorgeous cover for my prompt. And she like picked this out and it ended up being changed. But I didn't even read the back of it till I got home, and it sounds really interesting. Asha lives in the foothills of the Himalayas. Money is tight and she misses her papa who works in the city. When he suddenly stops sending his wages, a ruthless moneylender ransacks their home and her mother talks of leaving. From her den in the mango tree, Asha makes a pact with her best friend Jeevan to find her father and make things right. But the journey is dangerous. They must cross the world's highest mountains and face hunger, tiredness, and even snow leopard. Yet Asha has the unshakable sense that a spirit bird of her grandmother, her Nanji, will be watching over her. And that just sounds like quite fun and different and like a good summary read, and hopefully it'll not be too long to get through and it'll be quite gripping. For E, for Aerith Munshi, you have to read a standalone book, so a book that is not part of a series. And for this, I picked a book that has been on my summer TBR for like 3 years, and I'm finally going to get to it this year. Jaws by Peter Benchley. I absolutely love the movie Jaws. I'm very into animation, if you know, like animated movies and like the art of animation. But if we were to take animated movies out of it, Jaws would make my top 3 movies of all time. And yeah, I just heard that the book is quite similar to the storyline of the movie, only there's a lot more backstories to the characters and stuff, so it'll be interesting to see that. Obviously, this is the movie like tie-in cover, but I actually really like the movie cover, so it doesn't bother me. And for an O in Aerith Munshi, you have to read a book with more than 350 pages, that's right. Yeah, more than 350 pages. And I picked The Butterfly Cabinet by McGill. This was on my like blue books I want to read video that I done earlier in the month. and I talked a wee bit about it in that, so I'm not going to go over it here, but basically where I have like our holiday caravan in a town near that, there was like a mysterious death 100 years ago, and then like 70 years later, so like 30 years ago, the nanny of the house came forward and actually said maybe it wasn't a mysterious death, and that is all completely true. I will leave a link to one of my subscribers asked for more information on the story, like the actual true crime, and I was able to find this scant article, and it was the best that I could get on the actual story, so I'll leave that down below if you want to hear more about the actual story. But I believe this is quite true to the real story, but there's a pinch of fictionalization thrown through it, kind of to fill in the gaps. And it's written by a local author as well, so that's really nice. For charms, I only need to get an A in charms, so I only need to read one book, and this is the one with the gorgeous cover, and I picked The Bookshop Girl by Sylvia Bishop, and it's not really coming up on this, but you can see a girl here, and the background is like a bookshop, but it's done in black and white, and then you've got all these lovely coloured foil books falling around her. Property Jones, and my boyfriend read the back of this book and he was like, who calls their child Property? Loves living in a bookshop, but she hides a whopper of a secret she can't actually read. When Property's family win the Montgomery Book Emporium in a surprise raffle, Property's life is turned upside down. But will her secret come out, and is there more going on in the Emporium that meets the eye? And the books go all the way. And I just really like the contrast of the like black and white with the coloured books. I thought it was really... I know that isn't showing up. There's like foil on the books as well. Like all the books have stripes or spots. It's a nice cover in my opinion. And again, this is a library book that I just hastily went to pick yesterday because I felt like I needed some like more short fun reads, and hopefully it's good. For my next subject is Ancient Runes. And for A, you need a book recommended by a friend. I don't have many reader friends in like real life, so I just picked a book that I had on my shelf that a lot of people have said that I would like, and I've heard like a lot of people say good things about it online, because that's kind of like recommended by a friend to me. And I'm finally going to pick up Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty, and this is I believe it's been turned into a TV show. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. And it is, I think, about like a group of like suburban mums, and they all kind of have a secret. Single mum Jane has moved to town. She's got a little boy in tow plus secret she's been carrying for 5 years. On the first day of school, she runs to meet Madeline, a force to be reckoned with, who remembers everything and forgives no one, and Celeste, a kind, beautiful woman who makes the world stop and stare but is inextricably ill at ease. They both take Jane under their wing while carefully keeping their own secrets under wraps. A minor incident involving the children of all three women rapidly escalates. Playground whispers become spiteful rumours until no one can tell truth from lies, which is when the secret comes out and someone is going to pay with their life. So apparently it is not only, is that a sticker that's printed on, that's not a sticker that can take off. I hate that. But this is apparently quite a gripping read that once you like start, you like can't put it down, and there's quite a few twists at the end, so I'm hoping I will enjoy this. It does sound up my alley. For an E in Ancient Runes, I need a book written in the past tense, and for that I picked The Sea of Trolls by Nancy Farmer. I think this too was on my like coloured books to read video series I done a couple of weeks ago, so I'll not go too in about it, but it seems to be a young boy and his sister are captured by Vikings, and they like go on an adventure with them, which is obviously not very realistic to what being captured by Vikings would actually be like, but it sounds a bit fun anyway. For a book that's been on your TBR for ages, I am finally going to pick up Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. The TV show has come out recently, but I've had this book for years and been meaning to read it. I have never read any Terry Pratchett, so I thought a collaboration would be a good place to start. And I have a love-hate relationship with Neil Gaiman. I've read maybe like 5 of his books, and I've really liked 2, really hated 2, and 1 was okay. So I never know like if I like him or not, so I thought this might be a different take on Neil Gaiman for me to try out, and also an introduction to Terry Pratchett. I'm sure most of you know what this is about, but so many people have even recommended the TV show to me, then I was like, well, I'll probably like the book, but also I would really like to read the book before I start watching the TV show. This was also going to nearly be my book for the beautiful cover as well, even though it is really badly beaten up because I got this really cheap in a charity shop. But yeah, I'm just really interested to see what this brings. Then our last subject is Defense Against the Dark Arts, and I need an E in this, so I need to read 2 books. The first book is Black Under the Dust Jacket. This is Sin by Josephine Hart, and it is, I'm gonna look like a fool if I take this off and it isn't. It is. It's Black Under the Dust Jacket with like the kind of half sun and the gold on the spine to match the cover. And again, was this in my recent books I want to read video? I can't remember. Did I do a black and white one? This is, I'll read you what this is about because I've had this for so long. I kind of have forgotten. It's a long blur, but we might as well start now. It's a long enough video anyway. A woman named Ruth speaks. I was spiritual by nature, a spiritual malevolent creature. With these words, we re-enter the shattered and shattering emotional landscape of Josephine Hart, so brilliantly claimed. That's about her. The object of Ruth's malevolence is her cousin, orphaned as an infant and raised by Ruth's parents, loved and cherished as their own child, into whose kingdom Ruth was born, whose very presence stole Ruth's blood right as the only daughter. By grand design she waited for me in my own home, my mother's first child, although not her firstborn. Her name was Elizabeth Asbridge, and I even envied that. So it seems to, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it seems to be then she kind of, as an adult, has all this like resentment for this cousin, and she tries to seek revenge in some way, and who knows, it could turn out that the cousin was actually really mean to her or something. We will have to wait and see. And then for the last prompt, which is E for Defense Against the Dark Art, it's just the first book that popped into your head, and the series that I'm in the middle of and have been loving and have been waiting for to get to the next installment has been The Inheritance Cycle. So the first book that I thought of was Brisingr, which is the 3rd and penultimate in the series. There's only 4 in the series, and this book is massive, but I don't care, I have to get to it this month. So I have no idea whether to start with this and then see how the other books fall into place in regards to how I get my career, or to leave it to the very end, and if I have to swap out just to get that one final prompt, I can. But I think I'm going to start with it. The series just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. So this one is like almost 800 pages. But the other 2, I was just so engrossed in them. I think I got them all done in less than a week. So if I could get this done in less than a week, then I know I have like 3 weeks to read the other one. So I could plan it out that way, and I think the other 8 I could get done in 3 weeks. An average of 3 a week, and some of them are quite short and some of them are kids' books, so I think that is doable when you look at them like that. Like, you have these 2 middle grade books and this little short one, so like you could easily do that in a week, probably get a start on something else. So I don't know, it looks like a big pile when you look at it all together. My thumbnail's going to be prettier than this. I'm going to stack them up properly, but just so you can get an idea of like how much it is. It's quite a lot. Like, that reduces the size of the stack quite substantially, so we'll have to see how it goes. So prayers for me, please, as I take on this massive stack of books while trying to do a whole load of other things in August, and I've only got like 20 days at home. It's around the 20th that I leave, and I'm not back to the mid-September, so we will have to see. I'll have to try and like update you from the road as well. As I said, I'm not back in time for the end of the month, so I may have to try and do my wrap up from Florida, which would be interesting. Why not? I'll have my laptop with me and I'll have time to edit, and I'll get access to Wi-Fi at my local library over there, and we shall see. That's it for now. I have rambled far too long in this video. If you are partaking in the NEWTs, let me know down below. Let's share TBRs and cheer everyone on. I hope you're all happy, I hope you're all healthy, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.